evening. Welcome to a very special program, The Road to Government. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the program, it's been a day of fast-moving political developments, crucial meetings for both the NDA and the India alliance. This as the NDA stakes claim to form the government after the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, the BJP President and members of the NDA meet President Draupadi Murmu. That is something that's been scheduled. That's one among several developments today.
Yes, and the Prime Minister, in fact, the BJP, I would say, obtained a written letter of support from TDP's Chandrababu Naidu, JDU's Nitish Kumar, and other members of the entire NDA coalition. And the NDA, in fact, passed a resolution choosing Prime Minister Modi unanimously as the leader of the NDA alliance. What will be interesting to see how the events play out in terms of what will be the demand of Nitish Kumar and Mr. Naidu over the next 48 hours on the road to the new government.
In fact, obtaining the support was crucial since there's been speculation that Mr. Naidu and Mr. Nitish Kumar could be approached by the opposition India bloc, which finished with 232 seats, 40 shy of a majority, and has been exploring a government formation bid. In fact, Mallikarjun Kharge's statement, which will play out in just the next couple of moments, is fairly significant because it is an indicator of how this is an ongoing process to see if they can somehow get the numbers to form a government at this stage. The swearing in Saturday evening, right?
Yes, that's what
and
the
is it going to be a full
yes.
swearing in process or not just the Prime Minister?
No, but the indication is that this will be the full cabinet that will be sworn in on Saturday.
All right. So the full, and would we therefore also, Maria, know about the profiles, the portfolios
yes,
by
the
Saturday?
End of
or
that
just the ministers who would be sworn in without a portfolio allocation or named?
So in the morning we'll know about the ministers who will be sworn in and we'll see that play out. And thereafter, by the end of that day, we can expect the list of portfolios as well.
All right. Well, let's just listen in to what Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress leader, had to say about how they are seeing these election results and what the roadmap ahead is. Some of these comments fairly controversial because it seems quite clear that they are looking to find ways to try and come to power eventually.
The people's mandate has given befitting reply to the BJP and their politics of hate, corruption and deprivation. This is a mandate in defense of the Constitution of India and against price rise, unemployment and crony capitalism, and also to save democracy. The India bloc will continue to fight against the fascist rule of the BJP led by Modi.
All right, so the India bloc will continue to explore options is what he said, but let's just take a quick look at what the overall situation is and summarize today's developments before we introduce our panel today. So on our spectacular set, this is the road to the new government. This is the overall situation. The total number of seats, 543. The majority mark, 272. The NDA at 293. The India alliance at 232. Let's move to the next set of graphics, which we have on the menu matter at this stage, which is what we've really been talking about how there are two kingmakers at this stage. The TDP, Chandrababu Naidu, the JDU, Nitish Kumar. Between the two of them, the TDP at 16 seats and Nitish Kumar at 12, they are absolutely crucial. They are crucial in holding this alliance together in a sense. Road to the new government, both peer leaders, Nitish Kumar to your right and Mr. Naidu to your left are crucial to the NDA. Nitish Kumar, I beg your pardon, Chandrababu Naidu on the left, the newest NDA ally, Nitish Kumar, somebody known for his flip-flops.
Yes, and the two leaders clearly, Vishnu, have done business with both the Congress and the BJP in the past. So there is
Let's bring out the next graphic if we can, because that looks at another key leader over here. In fact, let's keep moving from graphic to actually summarize this situation. It's Akhilesh Yadav in Uttar Pradesh who scripted the biggest upset. Very much the man of the moment. The Samajwadi Party won 37 seats in UP. The BJP itself wasn't close to the simple majority mark which they were actually seeking. This is the best ever performance by the Samajwadi Party. and just one or two other graphics on what we are talking about. Ab ki baar coalition sarkar, this is stating the obvious. Atmanirbhar to ally nirbhar might be a reality. Well, it is a reality.
Yeah, yes,
it is. Maybe a reality.
Yes,
it is a reality.
It's a coalition government which will take oath on 8th, and will allies, these two allies who are known to be extremely wily politicians, what will be their say in the government in terms of what will they extract from this entire cabinet? They are going to bargain very hard. Will they be asking for special status or special package for their respective states? A story will continue to track very, very closely. The indication is also that Chandrababu Naidu has asked or is likely to ask for the Speaker's chair, because in the 12th and the 13th Lok Sabha, a TDP leader, the MP, in fact, was also the Speaker then.
Okay, let's just quickly introduce our panelists. I'll be joined later on this program by the senior Congress leader Shashi Tharoor. We're joined now by Salman So, spokesperson of the Congress, Professor Jyotsna Tirungadi, national spokesperson, Tirunagari, national spokesperson of the TDP, Salim Dharanidharan, spokesperson of the DMK, Neerja Chaudhary and Amitabh Tiwari are our panelists looking at every aspect of this.
And Shazia.
Shazia as well. Shazia, let me come across, in fact, to you at this stage. The Prime Minister and obviously the BJP moved very, very quickly to Rashtrapati Bhavan to try to stake claim. We're told Saturday is the date when the swearing in will take place. What was the pressing need for this urgency? Is it because, you know, the alliance, as it were, has been completely stitched because the signatures have come in, or is there a sense of being somewhat jittery given that the TDP and the JDU are so crucial?
You know, the air is fraught with speculation and all kinds of rumors keep flying in thick and fast. But had BJP taken more time, they would have been accused of being tardy. And that tardiness would have been attributed to something else. So I don't think there's any pressing need. I think, yes, there is need to have a government in place, which we'll have very soon. There is no ambiguity in any way. There's complete clarity in terms of numbers, where alliance goes, where a party goes. And there are very specific announcements made by our two allies as to where they stand. In fact, it's in all good cheer. So somewhere, somehow, there is no concession being made by India Alliance, which they should have done. I mean, that is a basic grace of democracy, that when you don't form the government, when you lose, you say congratulations and all the best. But
okay,
that is not happening. So there is already some kind of, so just for some mischievous reasons. No, Maria, let me finish, because, you know, I represent BJP and I must speak on this. So all kinds of speculations. Now you've heard from everybody. You've heard from Nitish ji, you've heard from Naidu ji, you've heard from Manjhi ji. They are absolutely, it's all very amicable, very pleasant. I don't know why these dampeners have to be there. And also some of them being imaginary. So that way everything is open to speculation. Whether this will last or not, what has transpired, what is actually happening, what kind of khishtan and pulls and pressures are there. Well, there would be expectations, and I'm sure
okay, so let's discuss those expectations. I think that's what we are doing as journalists, Shazia. We are discussing expectations and what will these leaders be asking for their respective states, because Nitish Kumar's demand for the longest time has been a special package for Bihar. And in 2015, the BJP, then of course led by Prime Minister Modi as well, had announced 1,50,000 crore for Bihar. So, and Chandrababu Naidu walked out of alliance in 2018, demanding a special status for Andhra Pradesh.
Correct. 2018 is when he left NDA.
Yes.
After 4 years, and because he wanted a special financial status. Yes. So all this will be raised, and it'll all be done amicably, as partners do,
yes,
as allies do.
Sure.
So I don't think that can be. And tell me something. When they decided this to be together as a pre-poll alliance with specific seat sharing, with clear mandate, with an idea as to what is a common vision, surely this was known to both of them, right? That they wanted a special package for Bihar, one, and Chandrababu Naidu wanting a special financial package for Andhra Pradesh. at that point of time. So this is nothing new. This is information known to both of them, all of them, each one of us,
Yes.
for the longest period.
Yes,
And
let's
they
bring
have
in
made an alliance.
Professor Jyotsna now. Professor Jyotsna of TDP. Chandrababu Naidu has left Delhi and he has gone back to Vijayawada. 9th is when the swearing-in ceremony of Mr. Naidu is likely to take place, and before that, perhaps on 8th, is when the new cabinet of Mr. Modi will be sworn in. You know, there's a lot of buzz as to what is he likely to ask for. What are the party leaders picking up?
Good evening, one and all in the debate. Yes, first of all, we are enjoying the moment of victory, a marvelous, tremendous victory in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and also at the center, because this is the third time NDA is contesting the elections, 2014, 2019 and 2024. Still, BJP remains the single largest party with 240 seats and backed by strong partners like TDP and JDU. So what's in to even doubt about that? We have been a pre-poll partner. NDA has secured victory in the state of Andhra Pradesh. We are forming NDA government in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and also we are forming a very strong NDA government at the center.
But Professor Tirunagari, I suppose one of the reasons why questions are being asked is because, let's face it, the equation between Chandrababu Naidu and the BJP has been acrimonious. He's not had the nicest things to say about Prime Minister Modi in the past. In fact, in interviews which he has given, he's been extremely critical of the Prime Minister. He's been critical about the policies in the past of the BJP. He's spoken about all sorts of things, the agencies, misuse of agencies, changing institutions, etc., etc. Hence, there is genuine questions on how he is now seen to be a stable and reliable partner of the BJP. It's a fair question.
I completely understand that. Here, in 2014, we were a part of NDA. In 2018, after 4 years of NDA government in the state of Andhra Pradesh and also center, we differed with them on some issues, whether it was the special status issue or special package issue or any other, some of the other issues, not any other, but some of the other issues. During that, definitely, because that was a very emotional moment for the state of Andhra Pradesh, we lost a lot during that time, and that was when, I suppose, from both the sides, it's just not from TDP, we had similar words from the BJP also. But yet again, if you remember, for the past 3 to 4 years, after COVID and during COVID also, a lot of things, Chandrababu Naidu Garu has spoken about Modi ji's vision and also how the country is going forward with some of the policies. See, if we have to speak it very, if we have to talk very clearly here, if something is good, we say
even as we speak, your party boss has tweeted, and I would ask the producer to put that on our television screens, because he has said and has shared some pictures of him with Prime Minister Modi and Nitish Kumar in that NDA meeting which happened some time back at 7 LKM, Prime Minister's residence. And Mr. Naidu says, honoring the mandate given by the people of our country, all NDA partners unanimously endorsed Shri Narendra Modi ji as our coalition leader at a meeting held in Delhi today. Under his able leadership, we shall all strive to ensure that our country continues to prosper and emerge as a global leader. So enough indication, Salman Soos, that Mr. Naidu is very much part of the NDA.
We have said it earlier, and also we have said it now.
Yes.
Let me just bring in Salman over there. Salman, I mean, just further adding a little bit to Maria's question. When Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge says that the India Alliance will take appropriate steps at the right time, I mean, it sort of indirectly suggests that you'll make efforts to try and bring down this government by bringing across potential allies. Is that A, a correct interpretation? And B, since we are all Indians and we all want stability of our country, is that something that is a message that really needs to be said, that that's what you're trying to do?
Vishnu, first let me congratulate our friends from Andhra Pradesh, from the Telugu Desam Party for doing for a very stupendous victory there. They feel happy. In fact, we in the Congress and in the India Alliance also feel happy because of the mandate that has come from the people. And contrary to what people seem to suggest through facile kind of, straight line kind of analysis, this mandate is not for Prime Minister Modi. I differ with that. But what Khargeji has said, Vishnu, I'll be very clear. Who are we to bring down the Prime Minister and the BJP? The people of the country have done that. So we have not done it. We had nobody to bring. It's not us. It's the people of the country.
But what is will take appropriate steps at the right time? These were his words. What does that mean?
It just means that we have to struggle for Indian democracy. It means that we have to struggle for the people's issues. And we will do that at every forum, at every opportunity. And that is our right under the Constitution, because we are currently in the opposition. But let me explain to you, if you give me just 30 seconds, why this is not a mandate for Prime Minister Modi and the BJP. In fact, this 2024 is a bigger defeat for the BJP than the 2004 election defeat. And the reason is very simple. The Prime Minister at that time, Prime Minister Vajpayee, was not the kind of Prime Minister we have now. He was a Democrat. This person is a dictator. Prime Minister Modi, with all the money, all the media, all the public institutions which he has used blatantly for political purposes, the arrest of 2 sitting chief ministers, no less. These are the kinds of things, the electoral bonds, you name it. The ED,
but Salman, I'm not interrupting you to...
I'm just saying, just
but
let me
the election campaign is over, Salman. I mean, these were things, it's a done deal now.
The struggle is not over. Just give me 10 seconds. If the Prime Minister really had this tremendous mandate, then why is it that after 5 years since 2019, his own seat of Varanasi, he barely won that. He barely won that seat. His margin came from 4 lakh plus to 1,50,000.
Okay, Salman, hold on. You made lots of points. It's only fair that Shazia has the right to and my only suggestion, my only submission, Salman, this isn't at all to sort of, take down what you're saying, is that, the election campaign is done. I find Mr. Kharge's statement, we will take appropriate steps at the right time, indicative of what may come. So I don't understand why you bring up things which you could have brought up a few days back.
I don't understand why being so cantankerous.
Shazia, let me just finish.
Salman, I don't understand why you're so angry. Why are you being so cantankerous? Jairam Ramesh has still not told us as to who are those 150 DMs who Home Minister was calling. We're still waiting for those answers.
Shazia, listen to me. Shazia, if you are happy, I'm happy for you. But the fact of the matter is the people don't want you.
Okay, Salman, fair enough. Let her now reply.
Not happy.
Salman, you made your point, Salman. Let her now reply. It's only fair that, and I won't...
Salman?
We won't do anything to you. Don't worry. We're not that scary.
Salman, I'm very happy to know that you're happy for me. I also want you to be happy and concede gracefully. You don't have to be so full of anger and bile. It is done and dusted. This is how democracy works. This is how accounting happens. The margin is less. So look at the numbers. It is the largest party, 3rd time around. Yes, there are some misses, and why not? We will look into that. We will not blame the EC. We will not go to the EVMs. We will not denigrate any of the institutions. We will take it fair and square. We are very responsible that way, Salman. I assure you, on every bit, every seat, there will be really detailed discussion, introspection, and all that will be done. But at least give us our victory, and you don't have to be so angry. You've done fairly well. Congratulate yourself, and I want to congratulate you for having done far better.
All right, so that is the most non-acrimonious exchange that we've seen between the BJP and the Congress, it seems, in all time. And this is it's a wonderful way. No more. Now that I'm enjoying the moment, Salman, so I'm not going to get you people to fight.
Yes,
but,
let's bring in
Salim Dharan, and I'll come across to my other panelists. I'm just trying to understand, Mr. Dharan, as far as the steps ahead are concerned, in terms of the alliance itself, what do you see as the road ahead?
And
do you
role of India bloc.
Exactly, the role in Parliament. You have a larger presence in Parliament at this stage.
Yes.
Will it be used constructively, or are we going to see this acrimonious fighting, disruptions, or constant efforts at trying to bring down the government?
Hi, firstly, thank you for having me in the show. See, as our leader has time and again reiterated, the idea for the India bloc was to save India from the fascist, to protect the constitution of India, right, to protect ethos of India, and that is what we will strive. Under Prime Minister Modi, the idea of India has been lost, and even if you look over the past 5 years, DMK always raised pertinent points. We were against CAA, we were against NRC, we were against all activities that were against democracy as well as against federalism. No one expected us to do this well. And in fact, if the institutions had been non-partisan, BJP's numbers, NDA's numbers would have gone down to less than 200 and BJP's number to less than 140. We know how the election commissioners were elected. We know about the freezing of the Congress's funding. We know the chief ministers were arrested, how our politicians were harassed by ED, how ED, CBI, income tax have started becoming as the wings of the BJP party. So the whole crux was, in fact, the Swedish think tank, them said that India is now an electoral autocracy. You see, even autocratic countries have elections like
this
Russia.
is all water
And
under the
even India
bridge
had an
now.
election, but it was not fair. But
It just strikes me that neither you or Salman are looking ahead. I believe as a journalist, it's a valid question I'm asking. Will there be policies in the interest of the nation? We've seen incredibly acrimonious exchanges in Parliament for years and years.
Multiple washouts of the Lok Sabha.
Washouts. The fact of the matter is that they have come to power fairly, maybe not the BJP alone, but the NDA fairly comfortably. So therefore, looking ahead, can you be an opposition which is conducive to policies and governance?
The point here is Prime Minister Modi has not been running the country like how a democratic country should be run. The bills were not being discussed. Some bills were decided in his residence and passed within
So
few
now it
seconds.
will be. So
now
let's
with
bring
coalition
in
party being involved.
Neerja and Amitabh now.
with
Amitabh,
the
you're here in the
coalition
studio.
government-
What role, according to you, will be played by Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu in immediate future?
No, they will play a crucial role in this government. They have 28 seats, which is almost 10% of what the tally is. And it seems that they will be bargaining for key positions, key ministerial positions. Mind you, JDU had not participated in the ministry
yes.
in 2019 because it was not happy with the number of ministries it was being offered.
Yes.
Despite winning 16, BJP was offering them one, I think, ministerial position at that point of time. So I think both these people would be bargaining for key ministerial positions, and both these leaders are also stalwart leaders in their own field. They have been chief ministers for a long period. They have been also old friends of BJP, though they have been in and out of NDA in the past on a certain occasions. I think they would also like to have a direct line of communication with the Prime Minister. So this trio now will be playing a crucial role. Naidu and Nitish would not want to deal with anybody else other than the Prime Minister.
Via mediums, just as in the past Nitish Kumar used to deal through Mr. Arun Jaitley. He would try and ensure that this time is a direct line. And Neerja, that direct line has started. This transition which happened from Mahagathbandhan to NDA by Nitish Kumar, it was because Mr. Nitish Kumar and Prime Minister Modi were directly in touch.
Yeah,
that's how it played out.
Both we must understand from the days of the United Front government in the 90s have been veterans in a coalition system. So they know how the coalition system works. The BJP under Mr. Modi is now going to be handling this coalition system. The Prime Minister has won every election, but the Prime Minister has had a majority government, and we know he takes quick decisions and then gives a timeline to that decision. Now he will be called to consult every single ally, take them along. So it's going to be a new kind of functioning. It'll be very interesting to see. Now, Chandrababu Naidu, apart from the ministries the number of ministries and the portfolios they would have definitely asked for, and I suspect they are in touch with each other and probably moving in tandem.
Okay.
The TDP and Chandrababu Naidu is supposed to have asked for the speaker's position.
Let's get a confirmation of that, shall we, Neerja? Professor Tirunagari, can you confirm to us on this program that, and should I take your smile as confirmation that you're asking for the post of speaker?
Very pretty premature to comment on that as of now.
Ma'am, that is such a diplomatic answer. But can you at least confirm for us that there is a process of conversations on the posts that you seek?
See, definitely, as I said, we are going to be a very strong and crucial partner.
Yes.
And also, earlier when Salmanji said a statement, I like to differ with that, Vishnu. It's not, the mandate is for NDA, whether it is for assembly elections or for parliament elections in the state of Andhra Pradesh. We secured, as NDA, we secured 164 of 175. As NDA, we secured 21 of 25. So the mandate is for NDA. So we have to understand that. Yes, coming back to your question, Vishnu, see, a lot of deliberations happen. We, Telugu Desam Party, would always look for the betterment of Andhra Pradesh. High position for Andhra Pradesh. We are always for that.
Okay.
We work
No,
for the
so
state of
ma'am,
Andhra Pradesh.
that being the case, what position, ma'am?
See, as I said, earlier quoted by I think Salmanji or someone, yes, we had Balayogi ji being the speaker for
Right.
Lok Sabha. We remember him, we adore him literally. So probably nothing wrong. But yes, yet again, it's not me or for that matter, it's not just
Yes,
Chandrababu Naidu.
Mr. Naidu is known for
No,
keeping-
let me
Half a
finish.
second.
Let me finish, please. Maria.
Yes, ma'am. This
It's
is
not-
getting
it's
quite
not
interesting.
me- No, it's not just me or Naidu Garu or somebody else deciding it. It's the NDA partners, the entire team deciding it. So definitely our request would be there. See, and also I wouldn't call even it requests, it's inputs. So when we are partners, inputs flow in from all partners.
All right, ma'am, I take that. I wanted to get Nija in to interpret that. I think, that's an important statement that Professor Tirunagari has made. There has been a TDP speaker in the past, Mr. Balayogi. She remembers his name at this stage and his role on a
Yes.
primetime program
In the
to a
12th
specific,
and the 13th
to a
Lok
specific
Sabha.
question on what the requests or the so-called quote-unquote inputs, to use her language, of the TDP might actually be. How do you see this possibility of a potential TDP speaker, obviously if the NDA agrees?
Look, I think this position is very critical in a coalition government. And, the speaker, as we know, will decide when the House is called, when the House is adjourned, sine die, with our people disqualified, our members suspended, our bills rammed through, or is there adequate discussion? And there would be fear, maybe. I don't know. You're starting off on a new note, and possibly one shouldn't even talk about it. But I will say, nevertheless, that there would be fear if the BJP tries to break other parties to cobble together a majority. After all, Narasimha Rao in the past did that. He was short of a majority when he was in power from 91 to 96, and he broke other parties to cobble together a majority. So it would be very attractive a proposition for the BJP to try and do that if it can. Then the speaker's role becomes very critical. Very, very critical. So I
in
think
the past, just
allies
help us
will also
recall.
be safeguarding their interests.
Whenever we have had coalition governments, but the coalition government of that has a partner at a position of great strength. I mean, BJP is sitting at 240. Why will they agree to give the speaker's chair?
Well, that is the hard bargaining. I don't know what kind of bargaining, what are the nuts and bolts. We know that, KC Tyagi of the Janata Dal U has said, the ministership should be proportionate to the numbers they have.
Sure.
So, one minister to three MPs. That may take the total tally, around 17, 18 ministers of the allies, which is another interesting scenario. Have they asked for one of the top 4 positions? Will the BJP give
That's
it to
not a
them?
problem,
This thing that Mallikarjun Kharge has said, at an appropriate time we will move, in a sense, is the creation of this suspense goes to strengthen the position of Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, because there's the possibility, however remote it may seem, it's a long, long shot at the moment, that an alternative government can be formed in the future, and they would have a place to come to if things don't work out that well here. So what I'm saying is the BJP will have to contend with, this hard bargaining, which is part of democratic function.
All right, Shazia wants to come in on that. Nirja, half a second, and then Amitabh. Yeah, Shazia.
Yes, and Nirja ji, if this is a game that is being played to be used as leverage, and to keep the suspense on, so to speak, don't you think that is also some kind of disrespect for the numbers that have been out there, as BJP being the single largest party and the alliance being the alliance that has won? So by keeping the suspense going and not conceding and actually saying, oh, we still are willing to throw in the gauntlet as and when we please, it is also a sort of a disrespect for democracy, for what our democracy stands for, and for the principles of democratic behavior.
Nirja,
I agree with you. I agree with you totally. I want to say this. I think in this election, the people of India have voted not just for the government,
they have voted for the opposition as well.
Opposition they want. So I think the opposition, it's a vibrant, strong opposition they want, and the opposition should play that role.
Okay, Nirja, half a sec. I get your point. Salman has a point to make. Just 1 second, Salman. Amitabh first. Yeah, go ahead.
I think even if the formula which Nirja ji is saying that for 3 MPs you need 1 ministerial positions, the allies have 52, 53 MPs. That means almost 14 ministries.
Yes.
Now 15% of Lok Sabha strength is the ministerial strength. So I don't think the number is a problem. It's about the quality of the portfolio.
Yes.
That is going to be the key question. Whether the top 4 portfolios, whether the BJP is willing to consider to give even 1 or 2 of these to JDU or Naidu's party. That's the key, the top 4 positions.
Salman, the key point over here is that letters of support have been obtained from both the TDP and the JDU before, approaching the president, which is expected to take place that meeting. That being the case, are we over here on this program speculating for the sake of speculation? Are we looking for something which might result in some sort of uncertainty when in fact that's not the case? The fact is they have the signatures. That was done today.
They have the signatures. They've done that. I'm not really going to get into that. The Congress party will continue to struggle for the people of this country, for our constitution, for jobs for young people, for trying to make the lives of our people better. That is going to be our goal going forward. And we will do that. What Kharge said is basically in line with all that. Now, as far as Shazia's point of showing respect for the people's mandate is concerned, showing respect for democracy, I would suggest to Shazia and to the BJP that when you suspend 150 MPs from the parliament, when you arrest 2 chief ministers, sitting chief ministers, when you try to you in fact disqualify the senior most leader of the Congress party, the main opposition party, when you take away our funding, when you put all of these investigative agencies after our after opposition leaders, that is not respect.
All right, Shazia wants to reply.
Please let me finish. Please let me finish. I did not interrupt you. Shazia, I did not interrupt you. Please let me finish.
All right. Okay. All right. One sec. Salman.
One final point.
Salman, just 20 seconds more so that I can give an equal amount of time for Shazia.
Quick suggestion.
Salman is still doing it. No, Salman. No. Allow me to come in. You still doing it.
Shazia, you did not let me speak. You were interrupted.
Okay, one second. Shazia, I will come to you last. Salman, 20 seconds. Please wrap up your point, and then I will come to Shazia for the equal amount of time. Yes.
My only suggestion to the TDP and to JDU is the following. In 2015, Prime Minister Modi promised a huge package to Bihar. Where is it? Where the Andhra Pradesh package that the Congress party has always stood for since 2014. Now when the Prime Minister and the BJP need these allies, they want to help the people.
All right, okay, I got your point.
Okay, now can I come in?
There's lots of points. One second. Now the floor is with Shazia now. Shazia, go ahead.
No, please, yeah. So, the second point that he said has been asked and answered. We all heard. We've been listening to the debate from the beginning, and this is exactly what was discussed earlier. I wish you were paying attention, Salman. The first point, when you say that it is you who actually suspended 150 MPs, it is you who sent the ministers or chief minister jail, you continue to disrespect democracy. You continue to disrespect India. You continue to disrespect judiciary. You continue to disrespect the processes of law. You continue to disrespect rule of law, because it is the speakers, It is the Speaker's wish to suspend as per the rules of the House. One, when the chief ministers are sent out on jail or are out on bail, it is done in corroboration with not with the agencies, but with the courts. So you continue to do that, and I think you should desist from that. If you really want to be taken seriously on your bid about saving the Indian Constitution,
all right, Shazia,
India
thank you so much.
Democracy.
Thank you.
All right, look, we'll wrap this up, but we've still got a little bit to go. We've got Shashi Tharoor in an interview coming up. We've also got the youngest MP this time around. We've been arguing about that because he's 25 years old and 3 months, Samajwadi Party.
He's from Uttar
and Maria interviewed an LJP 25-year-old who's 25 years and 1 month. Anyway.
We'll settle that debate in that break, so stay with us.
We're joined now by a very important leader, Shashi Tharoor. Thanks very much, Shashi, for being with us. Congratulations. You've had a difficult election campaign in Thiruvananthapuram, but you won. And so congratulations for that.
Thank you.
There is intense speculation, as you might expect now, given that the performance of the BJP hasn't quite been what they would have expected. Nitish, Kumar and Chandrababu, Naidu, obviously, there is conversations on whether the India alliance can actually reach out to them. Is that something at all realistic?
Well, actually, even as we're speaking now, the India alliance is meeting at the leadership level. So I honestly don't know what the discussions are and where that's heading. But I would imagine that there is an understandable sense of flux everywhere at the moment because the BJP is so substantially short of a majority by itself that it needs reliable allies to stay with it. I'm assuming that they are in conversation with their own allies to begin with, and that other possibilities will also be examined by the parties concerned. But for now, right now, I think the two alliances are meeting within themselves, and we'll see what comes out of that process.
Mr. Tharoor, the NDA is taking claim this evening itself. Some would suggest that, the timing indicates a willingness to move quickly, not wait for demands to be made by alliance members or partners, etc., etc. How do you see this move?
Look, I mean, I think it's their business, and I'm not the one to comment on it. But I do believe, as somebody who is part of this wonderful sort of festival of democracy that we've just concluded, that the BJP is going to have to learn to work better with allies. I think from what we saw of the way in which they treated their allies in the first couple of terms, there was a kind of take it or leave it attitude to many of their decisions. And they got away with it because the allies knew they weren't needed there. BJP had a majority by themselves. Now the allies know very much that they're indispensable, that without allies, the BJP can't pass its budget, can't pass laws, can't stay in office. And I think that's going to change very much the tone, tenor and modus operandi of the government. And that will be for the good. That will be better for our country's democracy. I've often argued that we've been underrating the value of coalition governments in our politics, and I think it'll be good for the BJP as well to learn to work with others. And I hope that'll extend to working with the opposition in Parliament as well, because we're not going to be an insubstantial opposition. We have the numbers that require them to take us very seriously.
I'll talk about Parliament in a moment, but I just want to go on a little bit longer about this entire talk of alliances at this stage. The reason I focus on Chandrababu Naidu is because there has been an acrimonious relationship between him and the BJP in the past. He's tweeted about the use of agencies. He's tweeted about institutions being impacted, etc., etc. This is very much the language which the India alliance has used in your election campaign this time. Is that why you feel that possibly Chandrababu Naidu may not be a reliable partner of the NDA? Is that your sense?
That's not for me to say, but don't forget that I was in Parliament when the TDP of Mr. Naidu introduced and led the debate on a no-confidence motion against the Modi government. And they did so because of their bitter experiences as an ally. I'm sure they had to do a lot of hard thinking before agreeing to be a pre-poll ally of the BJP. And now that they've seen that the BJP needs them in ways that the BJP did not need them before when they were allies the previous time, my guess is there's going to be a little more hard bargaining within the alliance. But that's not, again, something that I can be privy to.
Sure.
It's happening within the NDA, Vishnu. But
Mr.
it will
Tharoor?
happen. Because, I've heard some very tough language used by the TDP speakers during that no confidence motion not so long ago.
The NDA has opened its account in Kerala. You've had an extremely close election, which you won with 37.2% of the votes. Rajiv Chandrasekhar ended up with 35.5% of the votes. Do you believe that the BJP is progressively making a substantial entry into Kerala, something which was perhaps unimaginable till earlier?
No, I think we certainly will have to analyze this much more closely and certainly taking local inputs into account. But one thing that's pretty clear is that Suresh Gopi, whom I've known for many years as a friend of mine, wasn't always in the BJP. He ran an overtly secular campaign. He went out of his way to appeal to minority voters in Thrissur. This is not your classic sort of BJP communal appeal that we're all used to, particularly in northern India. And so if at all what you're saying is to be taken one step further, it would be that the BJP can only be viable where they understand the limits of the communal appeal and speak to minorities in language the minorities can appreciate. Remember that in Kerala, only 53% of the population is Hindu. And our minorities have no minority complex. They feel they're as much fully stakeholders of Kerala's society, economics, politics, culture, entertainment, the works, as anyone from the so-called majority community. And therefore, from our point of view, Kerala has been a very different place to live and work in. What Mr. Gopi was able to do, I think, was, of course, he also leveraged his own celebrity status as a movie star, successful movie star, as well as the host of the Malayalam version of Kaun Banega Crorepati. And he was able as well to come across to many minorities as somebody who could represent them without any of the communal overt messaging that we've seen with BJP candidates elsewhere. So if the BJP is willing to transform itself into a different sort of party, at least in Kerala, it might do better. But they are facing a huge challenge. For example, they tried to reach out to Christian minorities across the state during last Christmas. But the Christian minorities were looking on their WhatsApps and on their mobile phones at pictures of burned and destroyed churches from Manipur, assaults on Christian pastors in Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh and elsewhere, attacks on churches during Christmas week happening in 3 or 4 North Indian states. And they looked at all this and said, if this is what the BJP is doing elsewhere, why should we trust them here?
Sure.
And their appeal fell flat in many places. So that would have to be something the BJP would have to tackle. They would have to amend their approach and mend their ways if they really wanted to appeal to voters in a place like Kerala.
Mr. Tharoor, the number which the India Alliance was talking about was 295. Many of your leaders said that, no, we are going to get to 295. That didn't happen. You did, of course, do much better than many others. You ended up with 232. But would you say that Karnataka was the biggest disappointment, and also Bihar? And I ask about Karnataka because of the recent assembly election results where you did very well. I know that assembly election results don't translate into national election results, but the gap between the elections would have suggested that perhaps a wave may extend. Are you disappointed greatly at Karnataka, and what about Bihar?
Yeah, disappointed a bit in Karnataka. I wouldn't say greatly because we got 9 seats, if I remember right. And we were expecting there in the neighborhood of between 12 and 17, but the lower figure would have been acceptable. 9 became a bit of a blow, I will admit that. Bihar, certainly everything we saw from the ground appeared to involve a huge degree of enthusiasm for Tejasvi Yadav, his party and his message. And that was belied, though the Congress did win a couple of seats, and we are very happy that we have good representatives, including the re-elected MP Mohammad Javed, who had served with me in the last parliament, and I know to be a first-class representative of Kishanganj in Bihar. The third state where we thought we might do slightly better was Madhya Pradesh. We didn't expect a total blanking out. We thought we'd get a handful of seats, and that did not happen. On the other hand, we did very well in unexpected places. Rajasthan and Haryana gave us very good numbers, and those are both states where we had 0 last time around.
Sure.
There's some wins, some losses, some gains, some setbacks. On the whole, I would say the Congress has much to be happy about. But we will need to do, of course, a state-by-state analysis. You haven't mentioned Delhi. We certainly did not expect to lose every seat in Delhi. And having campaigned in Himachal, I can tell you we didn't expect to lose every seat in Himachal.
Right.
There will have to be some internal analysis done at the state level in some of these cases as well.
Mr. Tharoor, what happens to Wayanad or Rai Bareli for that matter as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned? He has to pick one of the two.
That question's above my pay grade, Vishnu. I don't make that decision. I don't think that...
I am sure you have an answer to that question.
I'm sure I do believe that the whatever choice is made will be the right one for the party and for the country, because both are very important signals and both are places where Rahul Gandhi won a thumping majority of multiple lakhs. I think it's very, very good that we have signaled once again that we're back in UP with a bang, which I think has a special value, given the two things. Number one, the idea that the old slogan you remember in the 60s and 70s was that he who rules UP rules the country, and that's certainly an important fact. And the second thing is the fact that we've done so well in UP with 42 MPs from there in the opposition.
Pushpender, congratulations. Thank you very much for being with us. So as I understand it, you're what, 25 years and 3 months, right? Which would make you the youngest ever parliamentarian in India, correct?
That is correct. 25 years, 3 months.
And your margin of victory, 1,03,000 against a senior BJP leader, Vinod Kumar Sonkar, a sitting MP, remarkable absolutely. Congratulations. When did you decide to take the plunge into active politics?
Well, I thought of this 5 years back when my father was defeated. He contested back in 2019, and that's when I thought that if I get to 2024, I'll be 25. And then I met our national president, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, and he got convinced by me, by my speaking sense and by how much I am connected to my people. And he told that, why don't you contest instead of your father? So I was like, okay, I will, and I'll give it a try. And he gave me a lot of commitment, a lot of confidence, and that's what I brought upon the people. And the people gave me an ashirwad. That's what I tell them. And by their grace, I won the election.
Right. The Samajwadi Party, your party, has done tremendously well. This time around, you've been the party, and Akhilesh Yadav has, they've really taken the battle to the BJP. Is this result of in Uttar Pradesh bigger than your wildest imagination?
Yes, I would like to thank all the people of Uttar Pradesh that they've given us such a big mandate here. And as you can see, the core issues that should actually be discussed in Parliament, core issues that we should be fighting elections on, those were the core issues that people of Uttar Pradesh voted for, which is inflation, unemployment, and the paper leak, especially for our young voters and first-time voters who were very heavily involved, who voted along with their family. These were the muddas that they say in our constituencies that they voted for.
You've sort of been associated in a sense, indirectly or directly, with politics. Your father has been a 5-time MLA, a former UP cabinet minister. It must be sweet revenge that the man who defeated your father, I think it was in 2019, is the man that you have defeated now. Is that the way you look at it?
Yes, that is correct. When we started our election campaign, we really wanted to fight upon core issues that were from our constituencies. But the former BJP MP, he said that he defeated my father, he's going to defeat me as well. But that's what people took upon themselves, and they voted against him, and they brought upon a new face, a young face. And as you can see, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, he gave a lot of ticket to young generation, and he wants a new vision. He wants the core issues that the election should be fought upon: inflation, unemployment, and he wants discussions in the Parliament, a productive discussion to take place so that we can work for the people. So sure. I would like to thank him as well. I would like to thank my people of my constituency and the people of Uttar Pradesh who voted for the change.
The minimum age at which you can become an MP in India is 25. You're 25 in 3 months. So you took a bit of a gamble, right, when you entered the fray, knowing that you just about qualified to be an MP should you win the elections. but were you even allowed to register in the process of contesting? Because you would have been 24 at the time the election campaign began.
Yes, that is correct. That's when I began my campaign. I was 24. And to be very honest, I still haven't registered anything on my mind yet. It's just we're in an election mode. We just won yesterday. It is the same thing. The people have given me their faith and brought upon me a victory. That is a record. We've set 2 records here with the biggest margin, the youngest candidate to win an election. So it's just my people who I'm going to be representing in the parliament. And this, hopefully, we move on with our people and shine their light in the parliament.
All right, Pushpendra Saroj of the Samajwadi Party, the MP from Kaushambi in Uttar Pradesh. Congratulations and thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much.